How do you fill out this biology form I'm filling out?
It should be easy.
So you don't need to study?
Nah.
Ow!
No, you're not going to live as long if you keep hurting yourself.
What?
Yeah, there's been a study that shows pain is linked to how long you live.
No way.
Look, this conveniently placed professor can back me up.
I believe I can help explain this. A recent study by Celine Riera at the University of California, Berkeley used mice to identify a relationship between metabolism and pain receptors called TRPV1. Previous research has already confirmed that there is a direct relationship between metabolism and aging. So, you all must be wondering, how do pain receptors affect metabolism? The TRPV1 receptors is found under your skin, but it is also clustered around the cells in your pancreas. When you experience pain, these receptors are stimulated, causing your pancreas to release a protein called calcitronin gene-related peptide, or CGRP, which in turn leads to effects like inflammation and hinders the release of insulin. Without insulin, the uptake of sugar in the body decreased drastically. We can observe the results of the study of these experimental mice. These mice are 1 month old. One with the TRPV1 pain receptor is represented by the black mouse, and one without is represented by the white mouse. The mouse without the receptor does not produce CGRP. In mice who live long enough, the lack of CGRP promotes insulin secretion and extra metabolic health. In other words, the white mouse will stay more active as it ages. In the end, researchers found that the mutant mice live about 4 months longer than the wild-type mice. In terms of their lifespan, that translates to about 12 to 16% longer.
Yeah, so believe it or not, you definitely look older right now.
Shut up. But is this genetic? Does this mean my kids are going to have shorter lives too?
Yeah, no. Don't you remember in biology class when we talked about heritability of traits? So these traits are obviously acquired traits. How much pain you experience doesn't affect your genes. Like, look at this. Just because a horse stretches its neck doesn't mean its offspring are going to look like giraffes. And by the same way, just because your lifespan will probably be shortened by your clumsiness doesn't mean it'll be passed on to your kids.
Shut up. Ow!
But if by some happenstance you have a mutation where you don't produce the CGRP protein and end up living longer, then that becomes a genetic trait and you could pass it on to your offspring. And by Darwinian evolution, if all of your offspring live longer and produce more offspring with the same trait, eventually all of humanity could live a lot longer.
I see.
By the way, you do look like you should be in a retirement home right now.
Shut up.
Just saying.